never heard of it. Love Bites, never heard of it. Blood Brothers, never heard of it. Ghost Walking, never heard of it. No Reflection, never heard of it. Whose Life Is It Anyway? Never heard of it. 14, Best Rock Song. Freedom at 21, never heard of it. I Will Wait, never heard of it. Lonely Boy, never heard of it. Madness, never heard of it. We Take Care of Our Own, never heard of it. Best Rock, category 15, Best Rock Album. El Camino, never heard of it. Milo Xyloto, never heard of it. The Second Law, never heard of it. Wrecking Ball, never heard of it. Blunderbust, never heard of it. 16, the Best Alternative Music Album. I do love the title of this album by Fiona Apple, who's not bad. The idler wheel is wiser than the driver of the screw, and whipping cords will serve you more than ropes will ever do. Great album title, girl. Never heard of it, though. Biophilia, never heard of it. Making Mirrors, never heard of it. Hurry Up, We're Dreaming, never heard of it. Bad As Me. All right, Tom Waits, finally, one of my heroes. Tom Waits, Bad As Me. But I've never heard of his new record, but I wish Tom luck. Category 17, Best R&B Performances. The nominees are Thank You, never heard of it. Gonna Be Alright, never heard of it. I Want You, never heard of it. Adorn, never heard of it. Climax, never heard of it. 18, Best Traditional R&B Performance. Lately, never heard of it. Love on Top, never heard of it. Wrong Side of a Love Song, never heard of it. Real Good Hands, never heard of it. If Only You Knew, never heard of it. Okay, 19, Best R&B Song. I guess this is the best new variety of R&B song. Adorn, never heard of it. Beautiful Surprise, never heard of it. Heart Attack, never heard of it. Pray For Me, never heard of it. Refill, never heard of it. Category 20, Best Urban Contemporary Album. Fortune, never heard of it. Kaleidoscope Dream, never heard of it. Channel Orange, never heard of it. They could only come up with 3 nominees. 21, Best R&B Album. Black Radio, never heard of it. Back to Love, never heard of it. Write Me Back, never heard of it. Beautiful Surprise, never heard of it. Open Invitation, never heard of it. Category 22, Best Rap Performance. HYFR, never heard of it. I'm assuming this is Niggers in Paradise, never heard of it. Daughters, never heard of it. Mercy, never heard of it. I Do, never heard of it. Best Rap Collaboration. This is category 23. Wild Ones, never heard of it. No Church in the Wild, never heard of it. Tonight, never heard of it. Cherry Wine, never heard of it. Talk That Talk, never heard of it. Number 24, Best Rap Song. Daughters, never heard of it. Lotus Flower Bomb, never heard of it. Mercy, never heard of it. The Motto, never heard of it. Back to Niggers in Paradise, never heard of it. Young, Wild, and Free, never heard of it. Item 20, category 25, Best Rap Album. Take Care, never heard of it. Food and Liquor, never heard of it. Life is Good, never heard of it. Undone, never heard of it. God Forgives, I Don't, never heard of it. And Based on a True Story, never heard of it. Okay, finally, guys, we go from rap to country halfway through. Now, country, guys, I assure you that this crap, this unadulterated shit coming out of Nashville, Tennessee, has about as much to do with country music as it's so far removed. It has as much to do. I can't even think of a thing to compare it to. Anyway, here we go. Here's what has happened to country music. And the nominees are Home, never heard of it. Springsteen, never heard of it. Cost of Living, never heard of it. Wanted, never heard of it. Over, never heard of it. Blown Away, never heard of it. Okay, here's category 27, best country duo or group performance. Even If It Breaks Your Heart, never heard of it. Pontoon, never heard of it. Safe and Sound, never heard of it. On the Outskirts of Town, never heard of it. I Just Come Here for the Music, never heard of it. Best country song. Now there's a contradiction in terms in the year 2012. Best country song. Blown Away, never heard of it. Cost of Living, never heard of it. Even If It Breaks Your Heart, never heard of it. So You Don't Have to Love Me Anymore, never heard of it. Springsteen, never heard of it. Here we go again with the next contradiction in term. Best country album. Uncaged, never heard of it. Hunter Hayes, never heard of it. Living for a Song. A tribute to Hank Cochran. Well, that sounds like it has, that maybe this one at least has some merit, although I've never heard of it. For the Record, never heard of it. The Time Jumpers, never heard of it. Now we go from Nashville to number 30, Best New Age Album. We go from the Rednecks to the Bliss Ninnies. So you can imagine how this is going to read. So here we go. The nominees for Best Bliss Ninny Album of 2012. Echoes of Love, never heard of it. Live Ananda, never heard of it. Bindu, never heard of it. Deep Alpha, never heard of it. Light Body, never heard of it. Troubadours on the Rhine, never heard of it. So now we get into all these jazz, all of these jazz. It goes on for the next one. Guys, you know, this is getting pretty pointless. I'm gonna scroll down here. There's nothing in category 31, category 32, never heard of a damn one of them. Best Jazz Instrumental Album, never heard of a single one of them. Item 34, Best Large Jazz Ensemble Album, never heard of a damn one of them. 35, now we go to